Hello and welcome to today's broadcast of Unique Online TV. Members say with the broadcast from Waterloo, Western Area, Rural District. It's been a while. We need to reach with viewers and listeners, and we also want to take up that responsibility and apologize and say sorry. And it was a challenging issue where we don't try for recover with the help of God and the indirection. Today, we come up again today with another fresh edition for see how best we go satisfy the needs and wants of with viewers and listeners then. Today being Monday, the 19th of December 2022, I also want to use this platform and say Merry Christmas and prosperous 2023 to the viewers and listeners. Inside today's program, we'll look at one body way responsible for the import and the exportation of fuel business in this country, where they look at how fuel business they go in this country, how they for sell fuel, and what in the condition where anybody where they do fuel sales, how in for worker, how in for get in license, and the availability of fuel in this country. And this body, not to any other body, but the body where we they call Petroleum Regulatory Agency, where people they call PRA. And today, for over 2 weeks, we don't get a crisis for fuel, especially petrol. People when they travel from Waterloo to Freetown go attend to the fact that say yes, then they pay 8,000 leones or 8 leones for go Freetown, but for the past 2 weeks, they know they pay above that. Even Okada riders within the township of Waterloo, they ask for more money when it comes to movement. So today, the person where they can talk to from PRA, now the communications person, and this person is no less a person but Mr. Lansana Fofana. And me, where they bring this program come to you, my name na Mustafa Fofana. My brother, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Unique Online Television viewers, and I'm happy we will now host me for make a talk about the agency we responsible for the lifeblood of this country in terms of economic activities. Me, Lansana Fofana, the Media and Public Relations Manager for the Petroleum Regulatory Agency, Sierra Leone.
You go attest to the fact that, say, for days now, we don't get challenges when it comes to petrol business. And though the price not change still, but challenges don't they day. I want to make you educate the public and with viewers why this kind of thing they happen and why it happen.
Thank you so much, Unique TV. When you look at fuel, nothing way with the imports. Make I just clarify that side in the Sierra Leone, we not begin export fuel it. Because we go only export fuel if we start from mine fuel. Where the Petroleum Directorate they in charge of that responsibility. For CCA, if the country gets a product, we start from mine them. And I believe the government don't they try for give the hope to we the people and for say Sierra Leone a potential destination for crude oil. So for now, we they regulate the downstream sector. We talk about that in terms of giving license to gas stations then, oil importers then, and for make sure see the sector serve the country, Sierra Leone. Now, if we can recall, we still there inside the Russia-Ukraine crisis. What does that mean? Russia now a key player in terms of the production of oil. So when Russia and Ukraine get a war recently, let me say early this year, it affects not only Sierra Leone, but the world at large. So what does that mean? You can get them this sanction to Russia for say Russia oil, they're not for sell them, and the world not for buy them, because if they buy them, it's like empowering Russia for get more money for fight Ukraine. So the European sanction really bites people them where they part of where. Imagine we know they put fuel. We depend wholly and solely in terms of importation. So where that happen, we can begin see low supply but high demand in the world. This make how the oil marketing company with the buy together, then begin buy now triple. If you get like $10 million for buy now some quantity, you need to forget like $30 million. So that bring a big challenge where they not be even prepared for. That also begins see for the first time in the world, we begin see fuel high in the country, not just in Sierra Leone, but across the globe. So what thing we have to look at now, this year still a go. But government look at them for say, we not get no participation into the sector. Meaning not to government they bring fuel, not to PRA they bring fuel. But we they make sure see, we look at the possible means for the fuel available through the private sectors there, what we call the oil marketing companies. So for recently, what happened, October, the PRA called to table oil market as for say now we dey head inside the festive period. And we all know, even not to fuel crisis, you dey always see people when they say December, vehicle is shorting at the country. Because everyone prefer for going at the provincial them, who say they go make more money. So that now one of the things that will also affect, despite the petrol challenge. But I can tell you, when this thing happen, we get oil marketing companies, they all come together, then give them working plan for say now, we get pending importations then, provided if we get the foreign currency. So what that mean? Government say, una give una working plan, waiting they go on. So we able to get the working importation with them be don't put in place for okay now, inside this festivity here, we want this and this and this. Government try for help them, for make sure see them get the needed support. And through that, on the 15th of this month here, we've been put out a press release for telling say now, from December, we expect 18,000 metric tons of diesel, weigh more than 22 liters, 22 million liters of products. So that diesel will come, now Petrol Leone important on behalf of NP and Leone Co. We then serve now oil marketing companies. And also on the 18th, we've been expect say Connex for come with 3,000 metric tons of petrol as well. So on the same 15th again, based on the import plan, NP submits to we say then serve they expect 15,000 metric tons of petrol, what we be need. So along the line, we don't get all these things. We tell people and say we're not going to forever change price for this year. This is given in 2 weeks. So therefore, because we don't observe inside the industry, even the dealers then be afraid for buy. Because some of them be they say maybe price can go up. Because this is not the normal situation. Whenever they say December, price go up. So the press release achieve 2 things. We tell people and say we get enough import along the way. And also, if you get your gas, make sure you sell it to the public. And at the same time, that makes sure say people they even put in for products where we don't even get the oil where they come from. So successfully, over the weekend, we get the boats we come with petrol because that was our concern. So when the petrol come, we make sure say through we own chairman, we distribute automatically to areas that we face in need. But even with that, we just the low on petrol. But there was no time in this country where we will not get any fuel. So if you look at them, rationing will take place. But that not mean say we will not ever get petrol. So as we talk for now, we don't stabilize that one day. We don't make sure say even as far as Skyline don't get petrol now as we talk. And this not to anything where government wish for let we do or even the agency. Because whatever we do, we get we own monitors them down the terminal where they ensure say we know the stock level of each and every importer. So if we don't see them say you don't begin low, we advise and say now you need to put up a plan for import fuel. So as we talk now, even this afternoon, we don't get Connex, the young boat served on land. We count petrol 3,000 metric tons and also 2,100 metric tons of diesel. This is take we beyond even January. But we plan now going forward, now that we want for engaging OMC that for saying now we don't get this product again, but we need for go again for another product. Because we don't want for see wearing, which don't come now, we sell them in finish, then at the same time we begin get again to square one. Okay? But one thing I want for let we know also, the Russia-Ukraine walkout challenge. Sometimes someone can say, why would they argue about Russia and Ukraine? We need to argue. Okay? Because fuel, we not get no other alternative unless we import them. And if we are doing that, we got to go through it. Whatever the world market they go through, we still get to go through the same position. So when this thing happen, challenge become, when like in the past, you get the OMCs then they go get a product through letter of credit. You can go tell the supplier, say now, I work for Sierra Leone, and I'm a supplier in Sierra Leone. So they can give like 10,000 metric tons, and additional 5,000 if possible. You can come, you sell them at ease without no problem. So you can go pay within that 90 days period, you get at ease for make sure say you go pay and get another product. But now, the new normal is that cash and carry. Because one thing, we don't get low supply of petrol and diesel at the world, but high demand also. So this don't put now Sierra Leone into competition with even powerful nations then, when they already get the money. So all they just need now for just get the product. So in case they say petrol or diesel available, then say we want some now, including Europe. So that don't make sure say we win at the net importing country, then we will not get no alternative. We don't go through them can challenge there. So government call them people here now. Say now what will be the best way? say, well, we need dollar as soon as possible. So through the central bank, government decides say now we go make sure say we come in for CC, the loan we una get, una bring am through central bank, then we go give una some amount of dollar wey una need for buy these products. That don't bring government in participation because of the people. Mind you, we are not importing as an agency or as a government. This is not private sector wey they do. But government do this venture because we see the need for let people not suffer much. So government begin come now. For instance, the normal import plan for the month, they need more than 20 million United States dollar. So bulk of this not going to be available to the commercial banks because if you look at them, you get cement importers them, you get rest importers them. Then they also need dollar. So government try for make sure say through central bank, we try for see how best we go give them some quota of the dollar each and every time. And this one start from March 2022 to date. And if I give you a figure, it is over 120 million United States dollar. Where government don't do that. Another thing again, where government try for do now for waive of subsidy. When you look at them, subsidy na side way be say government gets for get in your money for pay teachers them, the military and other service providers them as well. But look at the impact of what's happen at the world. The best way government can do for them, me it's not so far now for part away with in your own revenue. And from 2020 to date, over 600 billion leons where government don't lost in terms of revenue just because we for the at this price. So this now way how the agency they work, even though we know the import, but as a regulator, we always make sure say whatever concern the OMCs in the face, we tell governments.
Okay, now from all your analysis where you don't make Mr. Fofana, looking at the PRA and in rule and looking at the importers of fuel, there was a time where una been they amplify the need for get a storage wherein fuel no go short in again at the country. Like when I get a particular station where go the store fuel before the other one, before this go done, take the other one they can get more reserve in the country. How far PRA don't go into this construction of this reserve tank?
Well, thank you so much. When you look at the construction of the tank, we normally can say tank farm, not to PRA, the DUAM, neither government. When Mr. Well, let me say when Mr. Balua came na PRA as the executive chairman of Petroleum Regulatory Agency, what he do? Now somebody don't get an industry focus, more than 10 years experience. So in take say now we get the Kisi terminal. And mind you, we been even get a refinery in Naya before the war. We've been the work. So but all that will become dilapidated. So we look at potential investors and for CC, let them open up the sector. Because we look at them, we just get, let me say 7 million people and we get like 2 or 3 importers of petrol. If you go to another country, you get more than 20 to 30. So all NTR they bring fail where they make most of the time, they get shortage. So then through there, in case of any shock, we get a disaster for manage. So waiting, Chairman Balo Akroma recommended that let we look at for potential investors then. And successfully, we get the oil petroleum products, we come on board. For CC, we can refurbish 60,000 metric tons of storage facility through that Kisi terminal. Now, we will look at them say, if we get more storage, it will give we more time for let we get more products. So after that again, we've not been able to talk about the Russia-Ukraine war. All of a sudden, we see this Russia-Ukraine war come again. We also bring another capital intense challenge again to the OM system as well. So we are no longer talking about storage again because the country now can boast of having more than 200,000 metric tons of storage. So if you flop down there, to be honest with you, within the next 5-6 months, we'll not get no need for import fuel. But when you look at the challenge now that now the finance, the working capital of the OMCs, then don't really they under challenge. So currently, waiting government for look at now, we don't get the storage. That now one side will don't be solved because now it now be a problem for we. Now let me look at another potential investors and begin where they come inside the sector. If they get money, let them complement the effort of the OMCs then. You they bring them so that then will also support the OMCs then. They will not run out of fuel. So government is doing everything for make sure say we address them challenges there, how they meet them.
To be honest with you, within these 2 weeks, me saying that somebody will buy fuel at 30 leons for 1 liter. I buy them at Hastings, whilst I go on my own personal work. So like looking at this price, where people then they say the price won't go up, then they understand say government say the price for calm down. So if you say inside this December, these 2 weeks we left for late December finish, if you say the price go up or it calm down or it go stay as it is?
when you look at PRA, now we the advise government for say how for do. And the PRA they under the Ministry of Trade and Industry and also the Ministry of Finance. So whatever decision we take, give a come from them two bodies there, and also government officials them as well, who we call partners them. So what you look at that, we get two things where they make less price trigger. You get foreign currency, and also you get Platts. Platts, nothing will involve the crude oil. Mind you, we in Sierra Leone they use crude oil, but now refined products. Sure. The Platts involve the crude oil, the cost of refinery, the cost of freight in terms of transportation, tell that thing they come inside here, and also the foreign currency plus that trader day or the dealer in your profits. Now that's whole thing we can combine, what we can call the Platts. We get a lot for do with international reference. In terms of foreign currency, if they change dollar naira at 18,000, it reflect now the pound price. If they change at 16,000, it reflects. So then two factors there, now they normally determine how the price for move. So we don't do we own calculation based on the week and for make sure see we not going to forever move no matter what thing. Because government they already intervene for make sure see whatever going to be the issue, then take them up. Sometimes people can say whenever they see Q, it always results to thing, high increase of waiting price. But this is not the case as what happen now. Because over the week, now a delay of the vessel. And this is now product not really pull on. With all your best intervention, your best policies, the force of the market, it will work against you. So imagine you don't pay for that product today. Now imagine, let's say, we are talking about cash and carry now. That ship go only left in destination of Canada. When you don't know, see, it don't get in payment ready in dollars. So without that, they come. So government don't make sure see through the central bank, we they give the support to the OMCs so that they go bring in fail. So if you look at them now, the delay along that process, now that lead to this scarcity here. But when you look at them, see the price remain 21 leons until January, when we will likely take any decision, we're not going to be too bad in terms of favoring the people. Because we believe that the agency now the eye of the government.
So looking at this shortage, you know, if you say government self need for come inside for be an importer of fuel, because from what you don't say, these are all private entities and they do this importation of fuel. And most times they can get control over the price because now how they want sell, except if they go into negotiation with the government say, okay, well, how government go waive subsidy where you know to government they import fuel. So what's in PRA they think about for the government kind of, because like we get NP, but I don't know if NP gets that kind of market we then go import in the name of the government and sell to the people of this country.
We not just get MP, we get Connex, we have been total with them in the call before. Then we also get Leonco. Now we also get another one where they come up with Aminata and Sons. So we get players them when they come inside, and also we get APP.
But these are all private entities.
Definitely. Now, one thing we are just mentioned to you and that government no they do business. But what thing we they do? We they make sure say we can complement the efforts of the importers then.
So why
now
why
looking
government
at
no go do business?
Yeah, let me just say something here.
Import and sell.
Currently, what thing government is for do now for look out a possible way wherein we go bring the product so that we go begin reduce the burden of foreign currency on government as well. So if we bring the product, we can't give you say okay now NP or Conex or Leon Oil, we not sell to the public.
So how soon this will happen?
It is a working process because this has never been part of the plan in the past. But because of the challenge where we try for see, government will look at every possible means for make sure see we shall become a stakeholder now.
But
let me take you to Ghana's situation.
Wait.
Let me say something here. The difference between Sierra Leone and other countries.
Okay.
Now Ghana, you get what say GOIL. GOIL now like what they say you get the PRA. GOIL get every facility inside the sector inside Ghana. Then get importation facilities then they bring products. So GOIL also get gas stations then. So at the end of the day, you get more than 40 importers inside Ghana. But if you GOIL no move price, no one will move.
But yeah,
because government is sell based on like not to follow make more profits, but not follow serve the people.
But, okay, in that kind of scenario, that not they happen now because most times now the dealers then can fix them price, except government can inside. Because for any time we find out say fuel station they lock now because either price one go up or it one come down. Because if the dealers want increase them price and government no have agree, then go lock them filling stations.
Let me tell you this. I start by telling you say we get to take Platts. This Platts are the inform we every cost from USA you buy them. Take Kamnaya to the currency. Every gas station or every fuel get a margin. That margin, whether price go up or come down, now a fixed one. Okay? So then they come say, okay, now this run do. well, we don't buy dollar this. Wetin make government come inside because we want for control the price as well. Because if you talk say you don't buy dollar at this, we dey make sure say that dollar will affect the price, we dey also provide them for you. Therefore, we also dey get an edge over you. Not just because of how you want them for let be. If you ask that businessman for say how much you want to sell fuel for now, somebody say he allegedly buy more than 30 to 40 inside Jebu because somebody want them. But government no dey look into that. Okay? So if you look at them, no businessman will be satisfied with what he gets. Because he always want to see a crisis for them make more profits. And that is what is happening. When you look at Russia or Ukraine war, you get OPEC plus. What do they do? Then cut down production. For make sure see let the price inflate. And that happen, it affects everyone at the world. So just like I for tell you, even though we not get any participation into the sector, government is looking at every possible means for make sure see we self get a stake into the sector as we talk for now.
Mind you, now from Freetown to McKinney, of course, for the past days, people they pay 100 leones for go McKinney. So if we say, what are the hope we Sierra Leoneans get as far as fuel business is concerned? Because we all know what people don't go through for the past days, including you yourself, because now Talo they come out and go Freetown so like what
me not feel any constraint because now a normal thing. When you look at the situation, let me just tell you this, okay? It don't be a normal situation inside Sierra Leone whenever they say Christmas between me and you two.
Yeah,
we know say Motka they even short it inside Freetown.
That we know.
Fine, and at the same time, this not happen because of the crisis. Because diesel way, let me say 90% of Poda, other uplifters, even buses they wouldn't deploy. Now diesel they use.
Yeah.
So government not change any price in terms of diesel. But then just take and say this is not a normal situation we are in. Whenever they say holiday with the inflate price of transport fare, that has nothing to do with the PRA or even the price. Now in normal circumstances. But me they assure people and say the availability of fuel now a priority what they try for do. Even though not only the import, we dey make sure say we monitor stock level and we advise the dealers and for stocking now on our import fuel so that we will not run at this. And we also get a plan for make sure say going forward we don't go ever run into this. But mind you, no matter your best implementation or your best intervention, the forces of demand and supply will always go against you. And now that happened over the weekend.
So waiting now Salon government and you being the body we're responsible for the petroleum business in this country. Waiting now na this mechanism now when I go put in place ASAP so that this kind of thing no go repeat itself.
Let tell you now, I don't tell you say first of all, in the past, government not been ever get any negotiation or intervention with OMCs. But now when you look at them, government put in what they call the Essential Goods and Service Committee. Every Wednesday, the committee they meet for discuss fuel, rice, cement, and other essential goods them. When you recall, recently, Liberia have been run out of rice. Not only fuel, is that not so?
Yeah.
So, but Sierra Leone, it never happened so. We do everything now because of what government not just sit down. We consider every possible means for make sure say we not run out of product. So we engage them OMCs there, give them the foreign currency demand they can ask for. When we need say they need for import the fuel, because imagine that they can't sell in leons. So no matter what they sell in leons, they go for convert at the end of the day to dollar. So that they will get fuel. So government not just sit down, we do everything for give them the support they need so that they will bring fuel in the country.
So what's going to be final message to Sierra Leoneans, you being the body we're responsible for fuel?
Well, I did talk to a few people now. Let's go to the dealers Now I want to make you know see if you get a license from the PRA, you are bound to live by the dictates of putting licensee. Hoarding na crime. And the provision of the 2014 Act of PRA called for 50 million leons fine. We normally can see 50,000 leons new notes now. And also if you get fuel, you for always sell to the people. You will sell Jebu, not a business for you. We always make sure see we maintain safety and standard in the sector. So if you get to your Jebu side, make sure say you discontinue. Because whenever we raid, we catch you, no problem. And at the same time, the OMCs, government they do in parts for make sure say we give them the needed support. Then they also play their own part again as Sierra Leone businesses because we get into this for make sure say we serve the country.
This is now Unique Online Television and with the broadcast all the way from Waterloo. If this is now your first time for watch this television, like and then subscribe to the channel so that whenever we upload, you will get a notification say Unique Online TV don't upload. Go to Facebook and search for Unique Online TV. Go to Twitter and search for Unique Online TV. YouTube, Unique Online TV. TikTok, Unique Online TV. Till we meet again next week, me na Mustafa Fofana we make this program meet you. Thank you.